Today we're going to be taking a look at the best hitch options for your 2018 GMC Terrain. So for our Terrain, we're going to have three different options. Up top here, we're going to have the Drawtite, which is going to be a Class 3. Then right below that, we're going to have a CURT Class 3, and these two are going to be both for the non-diesel models. Now right below that, we're going to have a Draw-Tite that is going to be specifically for the diesel model Terrain. If you're looking for a hitch that has the highest weight capacity, you're going to be towing a lot, our Draw-Tite is definitely going to take it here. It's going to have that increased tongue weight and be able to use weight distribution systems with it. Now, if appearance is a big concern of yours, again, I would say our Draw-Tite is going to take it here because it is going to be hidden for the most part. Now, if installation is a big concern of yours, the CURT might be a little bit easier to install, only because we don't have to lower the exhaust down. Now, if you have a diesel model Terrain, our Draw-Tite on the bottom here is going to be the one you're going to want to get because it is specific for your diesel model. Now, if I were looking for a hitch for my Terrain, I would go with the Draw-Tite up top if I had a non-diesel because it is going to have a few more features than the CURT as well as a higher weight rating. So let's take a closer look at some of the benefits of each one. And whenever you're looking at a hitch, weight is definitely be one big thing you want to know about. Now, our two Draw-Tites here at the top and the bottom are both going to have the same weight ratings. It's going to have a 675 pound tongue weight, which is the maximum downward force at the receiver tube, and a 4,500 pound gross trailer weight rating. That's the amount it can pull, including the trailer and everything you have loaded on it. Now, our CURT here is going to have slightly less. It's going to be a 525 pound tongue weight, along with a 3,500 pound gross trailer weight rating. Now, the CURT is not rated for use with weight distribution systems. Both of our Draw-Tites are, but the rating is going to stay the same. Now, with all of those numbers in mind, you should always double check your Terrain's owner's manual and never exceed the manufacturer's recommended weight. Now, appearance is going to be another big thing. Whenever we have our hitch installed, we don't want it to be an eyesore on the back of our Terrain. Now, our Draw-Tite does a really good job of hiding a lot of it. Mainly, all we're going to see is the receiver tube sticking out because that cross tube is going to be tucked up behind the bumper really nice. Now, the CURT here, the entire cross tube is going to sit just right below the bumper, kind of hugging the bottom section there. So we are going to see the cross tube as well as the receiver tube sticking out. Now, with the diesel model, the cross tube is going to be completely hidden because it is going to install a lot different. And we are going to have to do some minor trimming because this is actually going to come out the bottom of the fascia, and all we're going to see is that receiver tube and the safety chain connection points. As far as installation goes, the diesel model is going to be a little bit more in-depth, but they're all pretty straightforward. With the diesel model, we are going to have to remove the fascia and remove the bumper core structure behind it, and our hitch is actually going to be taking the place of it. And with the non-diesel model hitches, our installation is going to be relatively the same. However, with our Draw-Tite, we're not going to have to trim or cut anything at all, but we are going to have to lower our exhaust down in order to get our hitch in place. With the CURT, we're not going to have to lower our exhaust, and we're not going to have to trim the fascia itself, but we are going to have to enlarge some holes that are already existing in the frame in order to get the hardware in. Now, some of the minor differences between all three of our hitches, you'll notice that the safety chain loops are going to be different on each one. The Draw-Tite is going to have a loop style. It's going to be a rather large loop, so we shouldn't have too much trouble getting those hooks on or off. The CURT here is going to have a plate style. It's going to be welded to the bottom of the receiver tube. And while the opening is a rather large opening, some of those really small hooks may be a little troublesome to get in because the flange here is rather large. Then finally, on the diesel model, it is going to have a loop style, but it's going to be on the side of the receiver tube, which is kind of a nice thing because we're not going to have to worry about our hitch pin or a locking device getting in the way because we're going to be coming from the side rather than coming right by our pin. They are going to hang down a little bit lower, not causing major ground clearance problems, but just keep that in mind. Now, the one thing I like about the Draw-Tite, on both of them, the non-diesel and the diesel model versions, they're going to have this secondary hole here towards the back of the receiver tube, and that's going to be exclusively used for the J-pin stabilization device. And what that's going to do is that's going to apply pressure to whatever accessory we have mounted inside and keep it from rattling around. That's a really nice thing to have if your accessory doesn't have a built-in anti-rattle. But all three of our hitches are going to have a hitch pin hole that will accept a standard 5/8 pin and clip. While they're not included in any of our hitches, you can pick up a wide variety of pins and clips and locking devices here at etrailer.com. And that'll finish up your look at the best hitch options for your GMC Terrain.